morning. I know it's not very good light yet. I came out extra early this morning to get some night shots of the Memorial Bridge. This morning I am at Peirce Island. Technically at the moment I'm actually out at Tree Island. You can kind of see it behind me in the background there. And you can see what I'm going to be shooting later, which is the sunrise. But for right now, here I am at the Memorial Bridge, and I just finished taking, I think it's just going to be a pretty awesome shot. I've been trying to find a good, different perspective of the Memorial Bridge, because I've seen lots and lots of pictures. I've taken a few pictures myself, but I just wanted a different perspective. I think I found one. There's a little jetty, I guess you can't see it because it's so dark, that comes off of Tree Island and gives you a pretty wide view of the city of Portsmouth, and I got a good shot. And what was even better, there just happened to be a fishing boat coming off of the commercial pier as I was taking a picture, and it's a pretty long exposure just to get any kind of light right now, and I got a nice streak of the boat going by, so I can't wait to see that up on the screen. Obviously I'll be putting it up here. So now I'm going to walk around the island. I hope you enjoy this morning. I might stop and do a little bit more exposition than I normally do, and then I might not. We'll see. Enjoy the video, and we'll see you on the flip side. Good morning again. The light has come out. The sun is starting to come up. I took one picture out here. I think it's going to be a decent picture, but I decided that I would do a time lapse of the sunrise this morning. We've got, about 10 minutes before the sun officially comes up. We're looking out over the Portsmouth Harbor, looking at the naval prison, and hopefully I'm going to get a really interesting time lapse. It's my first time really doing one, so with any luck it's going to come out. It's just beautiful out here this morning. As you see, there's no hat. It's not nearly as cold as it has been. It's low tide, and I thought I'd take a moment for anybody that is actually interested and just point out what I'm using for equipment. Not that it's anything fancy or there's much to show. Just my camera's just sitting here taking pictures. I might as well do something, so let me just show you guys that. So here we are. I have a Sony A7 R2 DSLR camera, mirrorless camera. I went with the Sony when I decided to do this little photo adventure. I had an NEX5 previously and had that for quite a few years and just really enjoyed it. I knew where all the buttons were, and if I was going to upgrade, I decided, I read the reviews, watched a lot of videos about the Sony A7 R2, and although there were differings of opinions, I knew I was going to like the camera, and for sure I do. That's just a 50mm Zeiss lens. It's really more for portrait photography than that's what I got it for, but it seems to frame this time lapse really well, so that's why I have that on there. And I've got an ND filter bracket on there, even though I don't have any filters on right now. There is a polarizer filter on there right now, just trying to taking the glare off of the water. It's not doing a whole lot right now because we're looking almost directly into the sun, but it's on there anyway. Pretty standard Manfrotto, bottom of the line tripod. I mean, I guess I can show. I have a pretty standard Amazon camera bag that I haul everything around in. It all came together, and that's it. That's what comes with me. So what I'm thinking I'm going to shoot this morning, rather than just do the standard sunrise, is I think I'm going to do the backward sunrise. So I'm going to walk back down Peirce Island, take some video, so that you guys can see what it's like to walk around Peirce Island a little bit, and get the sun hitting some of the buildings and the boats and such, and in town, heading out to the island, because there's some really nice places where I think I can get some good compositions. And that's what I'm going to try for this morning. So I'll catch up with you when I get to a point where I think there's going to be a good picture, and I'll fill you in on what I'm going to do. All right, I'll see you in a bit. First stop, I've come to the public pool on Peirce Island, and I passed this on the way out to the shoreline where I was going to do sunrise, and I almost took a picture then, and I decided not to because I needed to get out there, but luckily the reflection is still here, so I think this is going to be a black and white. You'll know because you're going to see it here in just a moment, but basically I guess the bathhouse, I've never really been in here, but is creating a really nice reflection on the pool itself, and I think I'm composing it in a really nice way. I guess you'll see here in just a moment, but it's just a really neat thing to look at. So I'm going to take a picture. I think it's going to be a black and white. Enjoy. Moving on to the next spot. Given up this morning, and I just wasn't finding anything to shoot, and then I came across the bottom of this bridge, and it's really low tide, and I'm getting some lines pointing out to the Memorial Bridge and some boats, and so what I'm doing is I'm going to take a really dark ND filter, I think it's an ND16, and do a really long exposure and see if I can turn this into a pretty shot. I've got the polarizer on to take out any of the glare, and I guess you'll see what the shot looks like. So that wraps up another sunrise shoot, another Saturday morning gone. I think Peirce Island and Fortree gave me a lot to look at. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pleased with everything, but I'll know more when I start editing the photos. Obviously, you'll have already seen it. not sure where I'm going to go next week. I'd like to get away from the coast. I'm kind of waiting for some leaves to be on the trees. Everything's a little blah right now unless there's some water or some action to really take pictures of. So if you have an idea of somewhere I can go where I should be able to get some good compositions, let me know in the comments. If you like this, please share it with your friends, subscribe. I hope to do pretty much every week as long as I can. So thanks for tuning in this week, and guess we'll see you next week. Bye.